everybody. I used to come to these slams all the time, and I haven't been in a while, so it's good to be back. Okay, so when I was in high school, I never really went against the rules. I was always one of those like goody-goody kids who didn't break any of the rules, and all my friends would like, you know, they were getting drunk and having sex, and I was staying at home like self-righteously judging them and getting straight A's. And I never went to one of those big, ruckus, like kegger high school house parties that you throw when your parents go away. I just never went to one of those until I got to college, actually. So it started because my roommate asked me to go visit her house for the weekend, and she grew up only half an hour from where we went to school. So I was like, all right, cool, that'll be fun, and her parents were out of town. And so I went with her, and her twin sister actually went to the same school. So it was me, my roommate's boyfriend, her twin sister, and her roommate, right? We all like pile into the car. We drive a half hour to her parents' house. And it, you know, we're in like suburbia, Midwest suburbia, right? Nice big house, white carpets. I don't know who has white carpets, but white carpets. You know, there's like the cases with the plates in it and things like that. And so we go to this house, and it's very nice. And what I don't know before we get there is that their younger sister, Leanne, decides that she's going to take this opportunity to throw one of those big raucous high school house parties because she is 16 and in high school. So here, all of a sudden, like I'm at one of these parties, sort of don't know how I ended up here, but so Leanne's 16 and all her friends start showing up, and somehow there's like booze. You know, I don't know how booze shows up at these parties with all these underage kids. It's just one of those magical things where there's suddenly booze everywhere. And my roommate's twin sister, her roommate had never been drunk before, and so she decides this is the weekend she's going to get drunk for the first time. And like we're in the kitchen and we're doing like some sort of shot drink where you have to like slam it down on the counter and then like throw it back. And I still to this day don't know what it was. And I, because I have never been drunk before, you know, I'm 18, I'm keeping my good reputation, so I'm not drinking, but Vanessa's pretty drunk, and all the kids start showing up, and my roommate and her sister are trying to keep some semblance of order through all of this. You know, they're like veterans at this. You can just sort of tell because the kids start coming in, and because they're trying to keep the place somewhat clean, they're making all of the kids take off their shoes before they get into the house to try and keep the carpet white. So they're all taking off their shoes, and the music's going, you know, like, and we're big pimping, and it's back when that song was popular. So the party's really getting going, right? And there are like 30, 40 kids there now. And of course, what happens when you have a big raucous house party in the suburbs with a bunch of minors? The cops show up, right? Of course. So the cops show up. We hear a knock on the door, and so the plan that is immediately put into action is we're just going to shut off all the lights and turn off the music and pretend like no one's here. Except that there are 40 pairs of shoes on the front porch. So, like, the cops are knocking at the door, and everyone's just like, just be quiet! As if this is somehow gonna, like, you know, make them believe that no one's here. And so now the kids, like, and, you know, it's a house full of 16-year-olds who are all drunk and shouldn't be, right? So they're, like, freaking out. And you can see these poor children are terrified. They're just like, oh my God, what do we do now? And Nancy, my roommate, is walking around, and because she's an old pro, she's like walking around and like picking up bottles and cans and like, oh, you done with that? Okay. And so she's got all these bags, and we put them out in the back porch. But then the cops start walking around the house. So now all these bags are on the back porch, and all the kids, because they're freaking out, they're trying to like run out the back door, except their shoes are on the front porch, and it's like the middle of February. And so we start taking the bags off of the back porch, and we put them in like this hidden closet upstairs, where Nancy's boyfriend Drew, who is the oldest person at the party and the closest to being legally able to drink, is hiding in the closet, because he's just up there and he's like, someone's going to jail tonight, it's not going to be me. making out, and like I'm wandering around on the second floor, and he's like, can you drive? You gotta drive my friend. I'm like, look, I'm just staying here. So the cops finally go away. Everybody like rolls out, and it's like 11:30 at this point, so we're all gonna get pizza. Small epilogue to the story. I go, like a couple weeks later, my roommate's just like, so my parents found out about the party. Apparently my mom found a bag of pot in one of the house plants. So Leanne got in big trouble.